Hey guys, my name is Haley, and today I'm going to be filming another one of my book Unhaul series thing. If you haven't seen my first video, I'm doing these by genre because I literally have that many books to unhaul. There's like stacks almost as tall as me next to my bookshelves of books that I need to get rid of, but I figured since they're still here and I haven't given them to the library or anyone else yet, I'll film unhauls of them because content. Also, I think it'll give you an idea of the books that I didn't like. So for this one, we'll start with horror or thriller. First being In the Woods. I've tried to read this twice. I just don't like the writing style. I've never been able to get through like a couple pages, maybe a chapter. And I can't do the writing style. I even tried to listen to it on audio and it was not working for me. So next up is a book I DNF'd because I went and looked at the reviews. First off, I bought it without looking at the reviews, which was my first mistake. I was like, oh, zombie novel, yeah, I'll like that. And that is Down the Road by Bowie Ibarra. This is just so not the type of main character. I didn't really like the writing. I didn't think it was that great. I didn't like the direction it was heading, and then as soon as I got iffy about it and looked at the reviews, they said it gets weirdly sexual and unnecessary towards the end, so even though it's really short, I was like, nope, not about that life, and DNF'd it. And then the last of the horror is Desperation by Stephen King. You might know you've heard me talk about Stephen King a decent amount on this channel. I am trying to read all of his books, and that's clearly not going to happen with every single one of them because I already DNF'd this one. But I read 300 or so pages of this during, I don't even remember which readathon it was, maybe Tome Topple, and it got so overly weirdly sexual, and I couldn't do it. Also, this is really heavy and hard to hold up, but yeah, this is not a Stephen King that I enjoyed whatsoever, and I will be getting rid of it. Next up, I'm unhauling the entire Lux series. This is the start of my little paranormal section. It might even be all of my paranormal section, but I did like the first book. I think it's very reminiscent of Twilight, but I have no nostalgia factor of it because I read it like a year and a half ago. I hate the third book so much. The fourth and fifth ones got better, and I think the fifth one might even be my favorite. Maybe the first one, I'm not sure. But the middle books were so boring. Like, I DNF'd the series because of the middle book ones. But I know I'm not going to reread this series. I do like that they're aliens, and I like the way the aliens are handled, but I'm never going to reread them. Oh, I do have another paranormal one, and that is Elusive by Emily Lloyd Jones. I believe this has something to do with superheroes, or at least people with powers. I don't know if it's superheroes, but I started this both on audio and physically twice. Couldn't get into it, thought it was weird. I haven't heard that many people talk about this, and the person that I did hear talk about, I don't follow anymore, so. Next up, I have a controversial one, and that is The Handmaid's Tale. This was another one I don't even know how far I got into it, maybe 100 pages, and DNF'd it because didn't like the writing at all. So I'm more concerned about Margaret Atwood as an author now. But I also really didn't like the content either. I thought it would be interesting because it's a dystopian about women and how they're treated like in a future society. And I think I would probably like find the TV show interesting, but I really didn't like this writing style. So we're gonna just set it aside and pretend like I never read it. Then a more recent unhaul, and that is The Book of Ivy duology, The Book of Ivy and The Revolution of Ivy. I thought these were fine. The first one is really good, but the second one ruined it for me, so not gonna keep them. I have enough dystopians on my shelf that I actually really like. Then I have The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. You'll see a recurring theme here that I'm unhauling all of Victoria Schwab's books. So spoiler alert for a different genre, but I actually did really like this book, but I tried to read the second book, and I didn't like it at all. So I didn't see the point in keeping the first book because I'm not going to reread it, especially if I'm not going to finish the duology. And I think I've just decided that me and Victoria Schwab do not get along. Her books are just not my type. She has really cool premises, but I never like the way they're executed. Then we have Endgame by James Frey and Nils Johnson Shelton. I don't know why I bought this. I think it's because it's like Hunger Games-y, but I looked at the writing style and I was not a fan, and this has really bad ratings, and I think there's controversy surrounding the author, and I'm just not interested enough to keep it. And then last we have some urban fantasy, and those are my remaining Cassie Clare books. Being Tales from Shadowhunter Academy, which I actually did really like this one, and it made me like Simon more, and Lady Midnight, which I really didn't like much at all. And don't know if I'm gonna finish this trilogy, but if I do, I'm definitely not gonna buy them, because the only Cassie Clare books I'm keeping are the Infernal Devices trilogy, because I do like those. But I already unhauled like the entire Mortal Instruments series, and I don't know why I hung on to this one, probably because the books were still coming out, but it's not gonna happen. This is not even all of them, because I definitely can't lift all of them because there's some big books in here, but this is my unhaul pile for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.